The only morality in a cruel world is chance. Unbiased, unprejudiced, 50-50 chance. Heads, Arizona wins. Green Bay loses. And Eddie Lacy eats his feelings. Tails, Green Bay wins. Arizona loses. Bruce Arians and his stupid hat go home. Why does he wear that hat? Does he think he's in a jazz quartet? So what's it gonna be? Who lives? Who dies? Hold on, it didn't flip. I gotta redo it. Hold on, here we go.
Garbage Time. I'm your host, Katie Nolan. Tonight on the show, I talked to Mike Francesa from WFAN, and for some reason, he decided to tell me something that apparently he hadn't told anybody else. So stick around for that. But first, you know, this week I was really fired up about this John Scott NHL All-Star fiasco, so I wrote pages and pages about how the NHL dropped the ball, or the puck, and how out of touch they are with their fans, because I figured I could count on the NHL to not do the right thing, since you know, they're the NHL. But then yesterday, they announced Scott will play in the All-Star game. So, good for you, NHL, I guess. Although you got yourself into this whole situation anyway, so like minimal credit for fixing your own mistake. But okay, so this is all useless, and here we are in the A block with nothing to talk about. What am I supposed to do? Talk about Brady Manning, like every other show has, all week? Hot take, guys, Brady Manning isn't a storyline anymore. Brady Manning in 2016 is like Batman v Superman. Yeah, stick with me. We've been talking about it for so long that there's no way our expectation lives up to the reality. We're going to be let down. It's not a big deal. We all saw that trailer and we're like, yeah, it does look really good, but we know it doesn't. It doesn't look as good as it should. It doesn't. We'll see it, though. We'll watch it. But it doesn't make sense because it's such a mismatched battle. Like Superman, Tom Brady, could totally destroy Batman. He just makes it a game because I don't know why. Superman could just incinerate Batman. He's a super alien against a human who has money. The only way Batman could ever beat Superman is if he uses an illegal substance. Kryptonite, HGH. And also, we know that they don't hate each other because they end up being friends and in real life. It's holding up. This is holding up. They have a common ground. They both hate Lex Luthor, who is Roger Goodell. Of course, because he's a power-mad billionaire who carefully crafted his persona to avoid suspicion and arrest, and whose plan is to convince the world that Superman's the bad guy and that Luthor can save them. Guys, this makes so much sense. And he makes these two fight so that they can entertain people and distract people from the he's doing behind the scenes. This is actually making more sense as I'd rather watch that movie. Point is, guys, Brady, and there is a point, Brady Manning is is a joke. So I invited stand-up comedian and Brady hater Nore Davis in to make Brady Manning jokes with me. Good segment.
All right. 13-1.
Don't forget, we roast you because we love you.
Whatever, Brady. You pretty beautiful.
Stay out here with me.
Let's do it, Kate.
Did you know that Peyton Manning earns $12 million annually from his sponsors, which include Papa John's, DirecTV, and Buick? So basically, if your uncle really likes something, Peyton sells it. It does work out, though, because Peyton Manning is the Buick of quarterbacks, and I mean that exactly how it sounds.
After Tom Brady and the Patriots win the AFC game, Gronk will kill a cheerleader by squeezing her too tight, and Brady will have to take him out back and kill him, like Lenny from Mice of Men.
Peyton did break the NFL record for career passing yards this year, but hey, at least he didn't get a big head about it.
You know that's a condition.
He already had one. He has a big head.
That could be a condition. That's not good.
I swear Giselle had bigger when y'all got married. Tom, did you deflate him?
Don't give that big of a laugh. A boob joke.
You know, Peyton Manning is so bad now that when he got accused of taking HGH, people were like, nah.
Tom Brady looks like the type of quarterback that throws a tantrum and screams to the coach, that black guy didn't catch it. And that black guy fumbled. I want them all cut.
We don't have black guys on our team.
Yes, you do.
At this point, watching Peyton Manning on the field is like watching one of those television specials where a guy tries to walk across the Grand Canyon on a tightrope. Like, I don't want to see you die, but I'm not gonna not watch it happen.
Does Tom Brady have any siblings? Or did he kill them all? He looks like there can only be one. Pretty boy.
Well, that's all I got. That all you got?
That's all I got.
All done. Good luck this weekend, Tom. You, Peyton Manning.
Whatever. Peyton, you're gonna lose, but Tom, you're gonna see Cam Newton. He's gonna whoop your ass. So.
How's your team doing?
You know, okay.
Oh, thanks, Nore. Be sure to download his album, Home Game, on iTunes and Spotify now. Sorry, I was just reading this paper here and learning some things. I wasn't learning this front page item here about Mike Francesa calling it quits after 2017, though. That I knew already. Why? Because I scooped it. That's right. Mike Francesa came by the studio this week to chat, and whilst we were chatting, he told me some news. Was it probably by accident? Sure. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. Garbage time, breaking news in 2016. It makes me uncomfortable, too. We've got more with Mike coming up later in the show, but first, check out the moment where I snatched the torch from Jay Glazer.
I'm not saying I'm leaving the business.
Yeah.
I'm leaving Monday to Friday, 5.5 hours, FAN. I am bringing the curtain down on that part of the show.
And riding off to
I don't know.
greener pastures.
I am not saying I'm not going to work again.
You've got it.
I'm not saying I'm not going to do anything ever again. What I'm saying is, at the end of 17, there will be no more FAN. That I promise.
Welcome back to Garbage Time, guys. Hey, it's time for Delete Your Account.
Delete your account!
That's right, bitches. It's back. If you're like me, you woke up Monday morning sort of confused. I mean, all those NFL playoff games and all those quarterbacks, it's tough to keep track of who's still playing. Luckily, we have Magic Johnson. On Monday, he tweeted, Cam Newton-led Panthers versus Carson Palmer-led Cardinals, and the Patriots led by Tom Brady versus the Broncos led by Peyton Manning, #NFL playoffs. Thanks, Magic, for knowing exactly what Twitter is for and how to use it, #NFL playoffs. I was going to tell Magic to go ahead and D his A, but then Zac Efron had to go all Zac Efron on everyone Tuesday night, tweeting, I'm grateful for a couple things today. Martin Luther King Jr. and 10 million followers on IG with 2 very not cool emojis and the #MLK Day with a picture of him in a convertible for some reason. There is way too much to unpack here, Zach. Got a half-hour show, so I can't, and neither could you, because you deleted this tweet last night and apologized. Thank God. But now, I can't even tell you to, I need to tell someone to, by God. Is that Ravel's music? Thursday, 12:43 p.m. And I quote, a guy named Chip was perfect coaching in a Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, and it's perfect for Silicon Valley, too. Oh, thanks, Darren. I've missed you so much. Your music is yakety sax, I think. Oh, God. You're always there for me when I need you. You're right. We are going to have a good year. Say it with me, kids. Darren Ravel, delete your account.
Delete your account!
Whew. That felt fantastic. One guy I would never tell to delete their account, mostly because he doesn't have one, is the legendary Mike Francesa. Mike came in yesterday to do the Garbage Time podcast, and we were having so much fun. He ended up being late for his own radio show for, I'm pretty sure, the first time ever. In the interview, he's like, I've never been late. And then he was like 20 minutes late. So sorry, guys. You can hear the whole conversation on the new episode of the Garbage Time podcast tomorrow, but here's a preview. Let's talk about your fans, because you have some crazy passionate
Great fans. Great fans.
Mongo Nation.
Mongo Nation, yes.
You don't have Twitter or social media.
Well, there's a lot of fake ones, but there's no real ones.
Exactly. That should be noted. That somebody may think
there
one
are
of the
like
fake ones is...
14 fake ones, I think.
I think 14 is lowballing it.
There's
a
a lot. And somehow I became some kind of folk hero to these people. And I just started to notice them showing up at places and reacting, and everything was getting larger and bigger, and the regular media caught on to it, and then I started treating differently to the point where, I'm treated now like way past what a media person should be treated as. I'm treated like a regular celebrity, which is crazy. It really is. I mean, I get so much attention wherever I go. It's nuts, and it's really been this way the last 5 or 6 years, but it keeps growing and growing, and it's still been growing. It's wild. And it's this whole Mongo Nation thing. They're the most crazy, loyal fans that I ever have encountered. They're wild. I mean,
I've never seen anything like it.
No, either have I. Francesa Con blew me away. I had no idea. I was not prepared for it.
Yeah, so Francesa Con, is this the second?
It's this weekend, the third one.
The third one.
I didn't go to the first one.
You didn't?
No, and I promised to go to the second one.
They had a convention in your honor, and you didn't go to it.
Well, I thought...
You are so famous.
I didn't know what it was, to be honest with you. I had never heard of SantaCon at the time. I did not know the concept.
What about Comic-Con?
I had no idea of any of them. So when I heard of Francesa Con, I'm like,
what about Con Air?
No, I hadn't heard any of that stuff. So here's the thing. I didn't know that they dressed up like Santa Claus. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, then I hear they're going to dress up like me, and I'm like, this can't be serious. I didn't think it was real. I thought it was a spoof. Like, I figured if I went there, there'd be nobody there. So last year, not having any idea, I walk in there, and it is insanity. It is, I mean, the craziest thing I've ever, so everyone in their life should have that kind of ovation once in their life. I mean, it was like 15 minutes of insanity. It was pandemonium. It was the most crazy thing I ever, thousands of people. It was insane.
They loved you.
Oh, it was past that. It was ridiculous. So it's this Saturday, and they said snowstorm, no snowstorm. They're having it, and I promised to go, and then last year I promised that if I went this year, I would bring a dog with me. So
do you and Mad Dog hang out still now? No. So this reunion is...
Dog, I'll be honest. I've seen Mad. This is truth. That's probably bad to say. I've seen Mad Dog. We've been apart 8 years. I've seen him 5 times.
Really?
Yeah. I'm being honest.
Yeah. So this reunion is really a reunion.
Yeah, and we morph right back into who we were, though. Like, he'll start telling me secrets. I mean, we'll talk about things that are we wouldn't talk about with somebody else. As soon as we sit down, we could tell each other, and we know so much about each other that we could talk about things or talk about business or talk about our lives or whatever, and we can morph right back into that when I haven't seen him in 2 years. It's weird that we have that relationship. It's like we're related, but we never see each other. We are kind of tied at the hip in a way because, we owe our careers to each other, and that's a fact. I mean, listen, I have had great success. I've had great success since we split up, but I wouldn't be here if there wasn't Mike and the Mad Dog. Mike and the Mad Dog made my career. I'm not an idiot. I know that. Dog knows it too. We put something together that was, iconic, and it really gave us a chance to do everything we do. So yeah, I understand what Mike and the Mad Dog means to me. It's a very special part. I'm very protective of Mike and the Mad Dog. It's the best sports show of all time. I mean, I'm very protective of it.
Why would you say then you guys haven't really seen each other as much? Just
because we never socialized together. You got to remember something. We spent 30 plus hours on the air. If you take in the time before, after, and if we were traveling, we spent 50, 60 hours together every week.
Yeah.
For 20 years. That's a long time. You spend more time. That's more time than you spend with anybody. And we spent a lot of time together. And there were times, and this is why we were so good. There were times where we would do a show 5.5 hours a day, And we did it for, I'd say one time, 6 months, where we never spoke a word off the air. We were that mad at each other. And we would go in and do a 5.5-hour show. Nobody knew that we were fighting. And we would leave and go our separate ways. We would show up in the studio at 1:05, 1:03, and we would do a show, and we would leave, and we would never speak a word. And during commercials, we would never speak a word to each other for 6 months. True story.
Wow.
And no one ever knew that we were fighting.
Would you guys ever go back to the two of you having a show?
I don't think it's, I don't think we would be the obstacle. I think the business is the obstacle. There's no way they can afford a show as expensive as our show would be.
Let's just say somebody could.
Then I think it would be possible.
Then
But I
you would
don't
do
think
it.
economically it's feasible. If they could pay us like we both are used to being paid, then I think that, do I think there would be other obstacles? No, I think the obstacle is economic purely.
Thanks, Mike. That was fun to break news one time. It'll never happen again. Coming up, I add and drop things from my life, including Tyrese, because of this awesome party with all his awesome friends he didn't invite me to for some reason, probably because we've never met. Welcome back to Garbage Time, guys. It's time for ad drop. When's the last time you saw a newspaper? What is this? It's so funny. First up, I'm going to add podcast host Kelly Mano. Kelly, who's from St. Louis, successfully set up a GoFundMe page to send Rams owner Stan Kroenke 30 pounds of poop from a professional poop-sending website. I thought it was just called Twitter.com. I didn't know what to call it. Poop sending. And I'm going to drop actor, I guess, Tyrese, because somehow he has a Benihana in his backyard.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Just a reminder that everyone's living a life that's cooler than the one that you and I are living. A Benihana in your backyard. Next, I'm going to add new Giants head coach Ben McAdoo because he wore this way too big suit to his introductory presser on Friday, and the internet got all over his case for it. But apparently, you guys, McAdoo has recently lost 60 pounds. He didn't have time to buy a new suit, so back the off, internet. I think you look great, Ben. Congrats on losing all that weight. Pro tip, if your clothes don't fit, you just put a paper clip in the back and it fits better. You can borrow this one. To balance the scales, I'm going to drop Packers coach Mike McCarthy for fat-shaming Eddie Lacy at a press conference.
Eddie Lacy's got a lot of work to do. I think I'm stating the obvious. He has to get it done because he cannot play it the way that he played it this year.
Oh, well, okay. You look great, coach. Finally, I'm going to add Alabama coach Nick Saban because there's no better game than Pop-A-Shot. But actually, I'm going to turn around and drop Nick Saban playing Pop-A-Shot because he's actually not that good, and there's no way he'd ever beat the champ. Peep this. I did it! In curlers, that's right. That's it for ad drop, guys. Yay! Yay! You knew I wasn't really gonna add Nick Saban, come on. Coming up, we crown our Garbage Time Hero of the Week. This week, somehow, this hoverboard wrestler guy got beat. Welcome back to Garbage Time, guys. Running out of time on the show, and we still have to crown our Garbage Time Hero of the Week. This week, it is absolutely 100% this girl. She's so excited. So excited. I've never been that happy about anything in my entire life except hosting this show. That's all the time we have for this week, guys. Thanks to Mike Francesa for being late to his radio show for me and also for helping me break news. And Nore Davis for being hilarious as always. Have a great week, you guys. Here's more garbage.
Yeah, I can cut that. Tom Brady bailed out Michael Vick.
The only morality in a cruel. I'm holding my coin the wrong way. We'll start over.
Welcome back to Garbage Time, guys. It's time for ad drop. Right now. It's time right now. Let's start it now. Peyton Manning was the first pick in the 1998 draft. The #1 song in 1998 was Too Close by Next. Big year for boners.
Cool, good catch.
Yes.
Okay, first up, I'm gonna add, oh, wait, start over. We didn't film that segment yet, so I can't make a joke, a callback to something that hasn't happened yet. Start the block over. This is a call forward. You guys not familiar with that comedy device?
We all know Tom Brady's favorite hip hop song is I'm Not a Player, I Just Cheat a Lot.
It's not a song. That's not a real song.
It's a song I made up.
If it doesn't land on the shiny side, I can't find it.